What's going on, guys? Talon back here. Minasan konnichiwa, Talon des. And today I wanted to do a little bit of a review slash how to improve the ability system, or as more commonly known as the dupe system. So if you want to know exactly how it works, I cover it all in a video already that I posted about 2 weeks ago. I'll leave a link down in the description below, and assuming it works, maybe you'll even see the center here, but I'm not sure. Anyway, so I want to get into what I like about it, what I don't like about it, but when I'm talking about what I don't like about it, I don't want to, bash on it and say, okay, fix this eventually and it'll be good. I want to offer up some suggestions. I've been talking with friends of mine, I've been talking with the community, I've been talking with a lot of other people, and just other thoughts that I have come up with myself that I think if they were to change this ever so slightly and add some stuff in and also change some things the way they go, then I think the system could really benefit the game. It could really turn it into a quality experience in the game itself. So let's get started. So first, let's go into the dupe system itself, and I'm just gonna pick Goku here because I was working on him a little bit earlier. But if you don't know what it looks like, and like I said, I'm not gonna get into the whole thing, but this is essentially what the ability system looks like. You can only select, as of right now, UR characters. So if I go into my character screen and I go to, it's on cost right now, notice that the only characters I can use are the ones that are UR. They are fully awakened, and they can go up to level 100 at least. So none of the SRs or anything that can be used, unfortunately. I'll get into that in a little bit, though. So right now, I'm already on Goku. So as you know, you have to use ability orbs, which you get from the Monday, Friday events every day. You can use them. You can go into the events 3 times, and then you can get orbs, and then you use those orbs, you spend them in the system, and then you branch off, you improve the character's stats, HP, attack, defense, the whole 9 yards. Now, right now, actually, from now until I believe the 28th, it has actually been upped from 3 to 5. So you can actually go and do the event 5 times a day, and you can get more orbs. Great, okay. But why are we only doing it 5 times, only until the 28th? Why not leave that for the rest of the time? But I'll get to that into just a second because I want to kind of qualify this as what I like about it, okay? So first, what do I like about it? Well, it is taking older cards, for example, my Super Saiyan 3 Goku here, who I love using, 30% HP or above, unconditional 80% attack up, no matter what. A lot of people are saying, the agility Goku is 100%, but that's only for 7 turns. So as long as you finish him after 7 turns, then by all means, it's much better. But I still love this Goku. And what I really love about it is that how they took older TUR cards, even though he's technically not the best one, because the agility one has the better leader skill, and they still put a little effort into his animation essay. And I want to get into that in the video later on in the week, so definitely look forward to that as well. So anyway, so it improves older cards. Obviously, it allows you to take all those dupes that you might have gotten and throw them into the system and make your guy even more powerful and just beef them up like they're tomorrow. I mean, let's see. I had 5 dupe Gogetas. 4 of them I put them into the system. I had to then sell one to the Baba shop. I never thought I'd actually say that. I put a Vegeta or a Gogeta into the Baba shop. Yeah, that's weird right there. So anyway, so this is my Gogeta right now. Because he is SA10, I was able to on this path. And if you don't know, real quick, if you go up into the left, you're going to go more of a kind of a, not a real, I guess a balance route, but it's focusing more on, balancing out your character. And you automatically, this is one thing I really love about the ability system, is that even if you don't have any dupes, because in order to get past some of the dupes, the big ones here, usually this would have a character symbol around it with the character that you have to try and awaken. And you cannot do this without a dupe system, without any dupes or anything like that. But each character going up and to the left allows you to get one of these top stats right here. These top ones can only usually be unlocked after you've put a dupe card into the system itself. All the rest of these, if you notice, this is like improving your super attack. This one is critical damage, thankfully, but like this one is like how much you heal when you collect the same colored orbs and everything like that. So you don't get these top 3 ones. The bottom 4 ones here, which is like, increasing attack, increasing defense, your super attack, and the amount that you heal by, those can be obtained by any character you throw into the system. Whereas the top 3 ones right there, they can only be accessed by having a dupe of it. But every single time, like I've said before, up and to the left, you get one. So like with Goku here, or with Gogeta, you get a chance at a critical hit, which is pretty cool. I believe with Brawly, you actually get a chance to go to a third, you can do an additional attack. Let's see here, where'd Brawly go? Yeah, see, this is the one for the additional attack. That means potentially Brawly could do 3 attacks in one. That's really cool. So I'm slowly working my way there. As you can see right now, I went down to the defensive route a bit because I needed to up his defense just a bit, and I also upped his attacking potential. So I'm gonna go back to Gogeta though. So anyway, so this is what my Gogeta is currently look like. If you go down into the left, that focuses more on defense. If you go up into the right, that focuses more on offense. And if you go down and right, it's technically translated as balance, but you have to have your SA up to certain levels. Like in order just to access this one, you have to have your SA up to 2 around here, I believe, just right in here. And then eventually down here, it's like getting to SA6, SA10, eventually when you get up here. When I accessed this, I had to have my SA at level 10, I believe. So, yeah. Oh, and if you don't know, you can take Dragon Stones and reevaluate it if you want, but I'm not going to do that. So, yeah. But, like, so this one requires me, can't even access that one. This, okay, never mind. Oh, yeah, so, okay, yeah, that right there. It says I need SA level 10 right here. If you're looking at that, it says SA level Hachi Ijo, which means above 8 or above, essentially. So, yeah. So, obviously, the one that you want to go for, if you have your guy truly maxed out, SA and all, is to go bottom and to the right. So that is what I love about the system. It basically is taking old characters and allowing them to become more, you know, effective with the evolution of this game, whatever you want to call it. But that is the point of the system. It's supposed to help bring those older cards into the light again, and it, for the most part, it does actually help. However, there are some things that can be changed that I don't like. There are, if they could change these, and I have a few suggestions that I've come up with, and I've talked to some friends, and I think if they did this, it could really benefit the system itself and help the better state of the game, because supposedly in the future, once year 2 ends here, we're supposed to supposedly be getting harder difficulties and everything. There have been photos leaked around and everything about 2 more difficulties added above Super. Yeah, we're gonna need all the help we can get. So especially if you are free to play and you can only collect stones and not really buy, or maybe you only buy on the sales or something like that. Nonetheless, there are some stuff that can change. And I think if they change, this would make a lot, and I mean a lot more cards valuable, not just the SSRs, okay? So first thing that I have heard that a lot of people do not like is the fact that we cannot use SR base cards, okay? So like I said before, if I go into here and I start looking at all these cards, I can't use these. Now, one card I always like to go to is the fact that, well, I have Fat Tanks here, all the way Dokkan. So he's a UR, he's 100. But if I go to my cards and I go down to costs, I have a few SSRs. For example, Pan here, she is an awakened SSR. She cannot go any further than this. Yet, if I went into the dupe system, I cannot see her. So it's kind of a shame that they are not allowing those who maybe don't have the best pull luck or don't have as many stones to pull or to use to pull your cards, who we get a lot of SRs. No one goes into a summon on every banner and pulls 3 or 4 SSRs. We are lucky to get 1 sometimes. Sometimes you don't get any. And that can happen for a lot of time. I know some people who have easily done a ton of pulls on multis or a bunch of singles, and you get nothing. You get absolutely nothing. It is the worst feeling ever. So I think if they would allow base SR cards to access the dupe system, because I think, you know, even if you have to awaken them, fine, awaken them so that they can get up to 80 like Pan here. I could put her into the dupe system, and then I could use the, and then because she's not that hard to pull, I've seen a lot of people pull her, or other cards exactly, and then you can use, you know, those dupes to access the rest of the system, and you can make some of these SR cards more valuable again. I do not see the flaw in doing that. I mean, if I do, someone leave it down in the comments below, but I don't see the downside of allowing us to take SR cards and put it into the system. If we're allowed to put true URs, heck, we can even put LR cards into the system. Yes, wrap your mind around that. We can take LR 18 and 17, and we can take LR Goku and put them into this system. If we can put them into the system, why can't we put these older cards? For those that don't have as great of luck, or you can't summon as often, this would allow you to up your characters that you have and make them more valuable and be able to maybe even complete some of these harder events and everything. I remember when I played Global originally, I had an entire team of SSRs awakened from SRs. I didn't have any URs. The only UR I ever pulled on Global before I stopped was Fat Boom. Yeah, Wrap your mind around that for a second. What's he gonna do? Nothing. I mean, his leader skill was okay at the since it was the beginning of the game, but nonetheless, that was it. So why not allow us to do that and then make these cards relevant again? I mean, even another example is the fact that I can't take, like this Go Tanks, or the Skinny Tanks right here. Once I Dokkan Awaken him, I can put him into the dupe system, but when he's an SSR, I can't put him in. I had to wait until he's the UR, then I can put him into the system. So that, I'm not the biggest fan of. I think if they change that, that could really, really help, and it would make a lot more people happy. Okay, so that's my first gripe with it. Second gripe with it is the amount of times we can access the event to collect the orbs. Unfortunately, I cannot show you right now because it is the weekend here in Japan, and Monday and Tuesday I am busy. And so let's go in here, if it'll load up. If we go, usually it's all the way at the top, and you can access certain stages essentially. So you go into the stage, Mondays are agility, Tuesdays are tech, etc., just like we had with the 100 million downloads or with the Super Strike cards, events that we have now. Depending on the day is what time is the time that you can go for those specific types, okay? So the original way it was done before this little promotion thing happened with Christmas and the holidays being around right now is that you could access it 3 times. It was Z hard. You went through, and you could only pick one route essentially each time. You could either go for the small orbs, the medium orbs, or the big orbs. And if you were lucky enough, you could fight a special boss character that gave you all of them, and they gave you a lot. And it was really, really nice. Yeah, I've run into that side boss once. This ability system, granted, has only been out for 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, give or take now. I've run into it once, okay? So a lot of people have been always saying, okay, why not bump it up to at least 5 times or make it infinite or whatever? The only thing I can really see is that they don't want to make it infinite, because then you're gonna have people who do have every single card and play this game non-stop, and they are going to go through, get as many orbs as you can, and they're going to max out their huge characters. I mean, could you imagine if someone had a maxed out Gogeta right now? That thing is going to be insane. Yeah, just wrap your mind around that. I mean, you saw what my Gogeta looked like. You're going to be very surprised what a maxed out Gogeta is going to look like eventually. So, I mean, that's a lot right there. That is a lot. So, I understand them not wanting to do that just yet. Maybe down the road, eventually they will. But they need to do one of 2 things, I think. One, they need to keep it at 5. Right now, you can do the event 5 times a day. I am good with that. I actually don't mind it being 5 times a day. However, I ran into an issue when I was on physical on Friday. And usually when you go on to the event itself, not only do you have the 3 roads you can take to get the either small, big, or small, medium, or big, usually you have little spots around the map too. And so usually what you'll do is you go, okay, well, I don't need as many big ones, but I see a lot of the dots or the spaces on the map itself that can allow me to collect even more, so I might as well go for it this round. I ran into this issue on physical though. I did not get any of those around. I only had the 3 main bosses. You can only pick one route. So definitely tells me right now that the chances are very random as if you'll get a good round on that stage. And if you get nothing like I did on the physical, granted I can still do it 4 more times, but nonetheless, once that's going down back to 3, wow, thanks game. I can only do this 2 more times, and my chances of getting a decent amount of orbs are nothing. So my suggestion is either this: A, leave it at 5 and make sure that we at least get a couple of spots on each time, or maybe up it a little bit for how much each boss gives you, because like if you go for the big orbs, I think the max I've ever seen is 4 from me. Usually I get 2, sometimes I get 4 if I'm very lucky, but that's, that's pure luck right there. If not, if they are going to be them, if Bandai's going to be Bandai and bring it back down to 3, they need to make it mandatory that at least once out of the 3 times on that day, you will run into the special boss. I think if that works, then that would allow people to actually obtain a decent amount of orbs and be able to use them towards characters that they want to. Because right now, I can tell you right now, we are all focusing on one character of each type, and this just drags the system out, I think. So I think if they did that, I honestly think it would be a lot better. Plus, if they allow SRs to go into the system, then people are more likely to want to balance out and be like, okay, I'm going to throw a few at Gogeta, I'm going to throw a few at this Pan here, I'm going to throw a few at this character and a few at this character. And, yes, you're going to get some people who are going to be like, forget those other characters, I'm just going to throw them straight at my big guy right here. but nonetheless, I think that would help a lot, because 3, once the 28th comes around again, that is way too little. That is way too little time. And the fact that you sometimes don't even get extra spots on the field itself, or the fact that you can never see that special boss, and you miss out on a lot. You get a lot from that little boss guy sometimes. So definitely that it can really irk you sometimes. Like I said before, I've seen him once. I have seen that special boss once. I've seen others who said that they've seen him maybe 4 times, but nonetheless, it is not that common to see that. So I think if they did that, that would definitely help it out a lot. So other than that, though, I can't really think of much to improve the system. I mean, the whole point of the system is to allow older cards to become better, but come on, let's throw those SRs in there. Let's allow us to get more orbs, and I think that would definitely be a good start to how to improve the system and to help not make everybody mad. Because a lot of people were thinking, oh, finally, I can throw my really older cards at there, or some of my weaker cards. But it's like, yeah, they can only be UR. Well, most URs are only from SSRs, except for a few like the Super Strike cards, or maybe some of the freebies that they gave us from like the 30th anniversary. But that's about it. I mean, there are some good SR cards that people keep. I mean, for example, I have physical Whis. That Whis is actually pretty good leader if you don't have someone who gives +3 key to physical types. She's pretty good, or he's pretty good. So, but you can't throw him into the system. So it's like, oh man, I really kind of want to use them though. So allow the SRs to go in, and I think we'll finally start to see something. So anyway, guys, that's going to be it for the video. Sorry if I was rambling on a little bit there at the end, but nonetheless, I just wanted to get this off my chest and my thoughts about the system and how they can improve it, because I do like the system overall. I really do, and I think if they were to make those changes and maybe a couple others, then I think the system could be really good. So anyway, leave your likes down below if you like the video, if you agree with me and all that stuff. Leave your comments down below about what other changes. Maybe I missed something. I know there might have been a couple other ideas, but it kind of got mixed in with mine as well, because a lot of people said, you know, just allow this card or this type or something like that. So I kind of just said, all right, let's allow just all SR base cards to go in. I don't think putting the rares in, there's no point in doing that, obviously, but you know, hey, maybe I'm wrong. So nonetheless. And then subscribe if you are new, and if you enjoyed the content, really helps out the channel. And yeah, end of the year's coming up, and we got that Trunks event coming out. We'll see if he's the Intel Demigod boss card, so let's hope. So anyway, that's gonna be it for the video, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Minasan, Jane.